I believe those competing ideologies can still exist in a political party. It doesn't cause a massive, huge division. What will happen is at the end of the 5 years, at the end of the before 2026, UDP mostly janning election okana nga president otombane. Within 6 months or 7 months or 10 months of election, president 9 months of election, president Tombane, and then ngamin tombong wala ka candidate. This time around, for the 2026 presidential candidate will become our biggest problem. Fall after division of failure in the party, which is sad. I don't think it should be like that because we'll have to choose the right candidate that we want to. At that point, maybe minds will change. Will swing us to either this side or that side, and then people will then determine who is the right person to lead the party. But Minkum Mayara, you see, for me, for United Democratic Party, it's about the future of the party.
The future of the party.
The future is very important because so many people sacrificed everything for this party. So many people died. And then, Yalong, sometimes it's a current day of Alanga Kari Ganyadon God. But you see, the problem, Nyatunka, a big problem with the Nalma election or win. The question is whether you're going to run away.
Yeah, whether you see like a party.
Whether you see like and nega UDP la nyato kaya kolea. That way, I take Pujawal take UDP la.
UDP.
Because UDP mu kafule de miyalonga fengu bele biji. So, ning nyato kaya betala. I think Kanyanta Kela in a way it balances a little bit. It's at the cable gonna come for because then cable back off the completely didn't know we will didn't know when in the hamo moment the election winner, but election
now a window.
Now a window. Now we the aftermath of it. Because now you're going to face a lot of challenges. Because Patio has lost. There will be people who have to leave. And then you have a lot of people, they will be so disappointed, they will be crying, they will want to go, some of them will want to go and attack, all kind of things.
That's where leadership comes.
That's where the leadership comes. So you don't choose a leader because you want him to win the election. Because what if he doesn't win the election? Then what happened to your party? Party Jama Bije, they have not survived
this long.
Because they just set up the party for the elections. With the full belief they are going to win the election. And when they fail to win the election, the party somehow, the leader himself doesn't want to talk about the party. Everyone. And UDP, the reason why it remained this long is because we had a leader, disappointing. Calculate different. You know, he just, for him, the most important thing is his party. He wants that party to remain. If it remains, he is victorious. It's not just about presidency, but keeping the party going
together.
So if we choose a leader, we have to choose a leader who is willing to be ready that UDP will lose or can lose that election. Because there is nothing guaranteed that UDP will win that election.
So you have to,
So if we lose the election now, everybody said, coming for more case, because and then that person came and then everything go boom. I go, no, I don't want to have anything to do with this. This is where
that's where the
big challenge
is.
Because now you have to be the consoler in chief. You have to console the whole party. You have to also unite the party. And then you have to, because the party...
Even though you are the one who lost the election, you have to be the one who brings everybody together.
You don't...
Make them believe it's okay. We can go back. That's...
You are not thinking about your own defeat now. You're thinking about the defeat of the impact that has on so many people.
Thousands of people,
And then MPP coming and then lose that. ibe dol safela le sala nge bay do wala le be bay la do wala te nge jele ni UDP kol be dongola nge jele ta jana the witch hunt against your people becomes even more challenging.
Yeah.
So all of these need to be something that we have to think about.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not about winning alone, because that is not guaranteed.
It's the aftermath of the party.
It's the aftermath
and I see
of
what
this.
you were saying, yes.
Yeah, so everybody keeps saying, oh, we want so-and-so, we want so-and-so, he will win, he will win, he will win. But nobody thinks about, you know, aftermath. 2021.
Yeah.
Amadu Sane, ndata Amadu Sane ngaya Amadu.
Yeah.
Nata kodole kama. Nko atol be nyin kodo be sambala. Sa ndim man na win dum kay subhanallah. Balia.
Win balia be win la.
Gaya ngulaman. Du kara kodo di molla moleta. Ndol ni tanyin nyin kala wotumo ndolla media team. Gaya ni ta media bakasul sanna because nyanda kala den kodo di molla naita win balia mol ko. Ndol kata team wala state house. Amadu yara cheko bana hanyang kodo siata ibe nyung kodo be doma bar ni nyung ko. But you see, he contemplated on
because he told Deltale.
He told Deltale. But the younger generation are not used to that. They want to win, and they believe that they should win. And now they even want to go to war, destroy the whole party because they should stand. But if you stand and we don't win, what will you do for the party then? Somebody
just sent me a text. He said Yankuba's answer is very apt, excellent observation. I think. Yeah, it's the aftermath.
It's the aftermath.
It's not,
yeah, no winter, fine. Yeah. Everybody celebrates.
In 2021, Kabiri wino UDP win. Mobe tata Darboe la suo kono ye tief gas fay Darboe kang la suo kono musu kono mal. Even temi alonko manka UDP membati. For the first time, I was really upset and made a post on Facebook about that behavior of the Gambia police force.
Exactly.
But
Darboe
la reaction o jube. Afinti nang I akoy ale fonsaji I don't kilo la kamol hakilo sabatindi ka tandila ko he's okay. I'll say I'll tasu kono for so much. I wouldn't have done that.
And yalo minkira after
I wouldn't have done that.
Yalo minkira after that. Yala molu arrest.
Yeah.
Ibala molu sambala court. Ibala molu sorona police. Ibala molu balila baila do gudla. This is what he has been through. From 96 to date, it's been that kind of struggle. Now, political, mamfuta to a stage where you can say we have a perfect democracy. It's not perfect still. It's very imperfect. And then the challenges we face as opposition is even more. On especially, normally if I'm relaxed time on 1 year to the election because police will say because I'm fond of lebanon fond non lebanon. But nilu mena police will menu katara siloga to le franke do idong. Ni la UDP bano je ite pak jak ite lo jak ite keteng because then it's retribution, it's reprisal. And if you have presidents like Barrow, akafan ali bute ali kelendi ali tiagas if only jere before alkal kondaga bo imaje kabrenga tiagas of faigan. That's how they are not magnanimous in victory. They are vindictive in victory, and that is very dangerous. So be a leader in that front. It's a challenge.
It has some requirements.
It's a big challenge. It's not only you, but the whole of your family will pay the consequences for another 5 years of all kind of things. Because, as I said, they are not magnanimous in victory. They are vindictive. So they're going to come after you. All hell that they will release all hell on you. So this is the big challenge.
Yeah.
So we have to think about all of these things. It's not about our people. Sometimes we always think about we are going to win at all costs. We will win. And then we don't win. You know, some will say we don't put the winning candidate. Some will say we need to put the winning candidate. But what happens is the party continues and it continues to serve the Gambian people.
But also for a country, democracy battle, is it wrong for people to have opinions? For example, to say, hey, I think Yankuba is a winning candidate. I think Talib is a winning candidate. I think we should have a female candidate. You know, Darboe should give way. Is that wrong?
No,
I asked him that,
wrong.
And he says that is okay.
No, but that is
and
not
Darboe
wrong.
is a Democrat. I'm coming from Moli. I see some people on social media. One thing you can tell lawyer Darboe, you can say anything against him, but Darboe is Democrat.
No, that is not wrong.
Yeah.
You know what is wrong? I will tell you this.
Yeah.
what is wrong is, if we are in the same party, you have interest to stand.
Yeah.
Someone else has interest to stand.
Yeah.
You don't need to be vindictive about that thing.
Yeah.
You have to be as open-minded as everyone else is.
Yeah.
Kabirundabe contest la for the Brikama area council. I am going to put my name forward, but if I don't win, whoever wins, I'm going to support.
Yeah.
That's the mentality we all need to have.
Yeah.
But the problem we have is, it became camp business, and that's the problem.
Yeah. And
that's where the problem is.
See, this is what I love about you. Yeah. I have all these people here. No, we don't have. But there are. We all see it.
It became a camp business. And that is the problem we have. Yeah. Because that camp business, exactly.
Yeah.
So, problem what? Let everybody be open to contest. Last time, LJ Darboe he applied to contest. And then Abdu Darboe, in fact, it was the Darboe Kundatri that contested.
Contest against Darboe. The formality let it wrong. I movie and the formality let it. Democracy let it. I formality.
Contest.
No, I formality let it.
Darboe contest.
Lamin Darboe. Hussein Darboe. No, formality.
It was the three Darboe.
That was formality.
But because but the next election, it is nothing wrong about having other people vying for it. Talib Bensouda, whoever wants to apply, they can apply. No. For us, we have a different cause because we believe that.
Are you going to contest for the presidency for 2026 position or Dankuba Darboe?
Baluri Mamfa, and then Barrow is gone. I am the objective number one is to make sure Barrow doesn't stand. He cannot stand. He should not stand.
So Nimbaro okay, Nimbaro must stand.
Nimbaro can't stand, and then case closed.
20, you will contest.
No. I contest.
No, maybe internally within UDP.
I cannot contest until UDP.
Internally within UDP. No.
I have not made up my mind on that yet.
Why?
Because it's 3 years ahead of me now. And then we have...
Because I see a lot of people say Yanks for president. So
no, a lot of people are saying it, they do. A lot of people do. And I thank them for it. It's nice to be a president, but I don't want to be president yet. I want to wait till I am able to deliver on few things on BAC first. Because I have grown a bit of love for the region of West Coast. And I want to achieve a little bit there as a legacy before going somewhere else. But I'm not saying no, I'm not ruling it out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm not ruling it out, I'm not ruling it in for now. I just leave it open and then leave my options open and then we go and see. But as I said, I don't think it is wrong for anybody to have the interest
to have ambitions.
Stand. Yeah. The only thing I say is anybody who wants to lead the UDP, because I have to think about all those things.
Yeah.
If we lose, and we could lose, Barrow might not contest, but you still are not guaranteed you will win.
You will win, yeah.
And then you can stand with someone else and you lose. And if you lose now, the question is, are you going to keep the UDP together and keep it together and get it going like Lawyer Darboe did from 1996 to now? Or are you just going to give up on some people who are going to start being confrontational or rebelling and recalcitrant against you or your style of leadership or the failure you brought to the party and then the disappointment you gave to their hopes and everything? How are you going to deal with all of those things?
Yeah.
They are very tough.
These are very
You
tough.
have to sit with Lawyer Darboe and he tells you how he's able to survive that for the last many years.
I think what you guys should do, one thing you should do for the rest of his life, you should let him be the party leader.
Of course.
That's one thing that I don't think UDP should ever...
I don't think nobody will
Nobody should touch that.
You touch that is your own problem.
That is his...
Yes.
Yeah. And anybody who wants to be president will have to have his blessings as well.
Yes.
If not,
I think it is very important we do that. We just don't... That's why I don't want anything like a confrontation where Lawyer Darboe feel like he's been pushed away. He's done a lot for the party. He sacrificed a lot for this party.
But do you think he's feeling that way? Do you think he's being pushed away?
It depends on how this whole thing unfolds, how people go about it. If say, for example, Ndeko, I want to be a president.
Yeah.
and I start having my own team.
Yeah.
Ngo sirifo nyole go ha sa albe kada dala den ali afon telam be president albe alka wala ali ngomol king avoid Darboe is not a winning candidate. Darboe is not this. And then start that sort of campaign, smear campaign against him.
Yeah.
I think that it would make him to react because he will feel disappointed that his own backyard now this is happening there. But that is wrong.
But that is not wrong because look at it, for example, in the United States, right? Joe Biden is a sitting president, right? He's been in Democratic circles for 50 years. He's one of the most decorated public servants in the Democratic Party, right? He was 18 years when he became a senator. All his life, vice president, president. He only served one term. He went through the primary process, nominated by over 14 million people. Now, at some point, when the party felt like this guy might not win it for us, and if we continue with him, the consequences are more grave. Number one, having another presidency of Donald Trump is bad for the country, but it's bad for the Democratic Party because the next president might have the chance of appointing more Supreme Court judges. What that means, all policy changes are grave, right? And then especially political prosecutions and in kudol minialanko Trump obviously I follow Supreme Court rule ko I immunity sort of as a president. When they sat and thought about all of this, and they saw the numbers, when they looked at the polling numbers and saw that Biden might not cut it out, he might not win. Internally, the Democratic Party, they put pressure on him.
Yes.
Molko Barack Obama, Nancy Pelosi, you know, Nancy Biden is not even talking to him right now because he felt he was pushed away. Our advisors, I saw them, they were talking on TV, the donors and the elites of the parties will let Biden push out. He had to take the decision because they were cutting money away from him and they also were pushing him internally because they felt he was not winning. But when he spoke, he said, I love the presidency. I love my job as a president. I want to continue as a president. But I love my country more and my party also. At some point, you know, I know ntola maninkaya anina na cultural nyajube mulka jele ko alpha buka push you know ninga okay I bata minke. We all know what Darboe sacrificed. I did the documentary for Darboe, and when I did that documentary and saw what this man went through. What this man went through. And I tell people, that's why I openly say, I don't care what anybody. I love him. And I know he sacrificed so much for this country. But sometimes, people that are associated with UDP, what they go through in this country. Ni ko mu UDP la ti ban sakunda do ko la most lovely ni mu businessman or it business soto ni mu media ti it defense soto la banko ka. All of these people continue to suffer. At some point the UDP will sit and say, hey, let's look ngata badimbu look Darboe lontola kobeti. But at some point, if we feel like it's going to be difficult, can we look at somebody not just for anything? We will give him his flowers, but we have to do it for all of these people. Mini alon ko bi nga businessman do long alaji continue wal jibe mimbeke wala.
I know.
Woka ko mimbeke kombo and all those people. And there are other thousands of people who are suffering just because they are associated with UDP. That should not happen, but it is happening. So UDP fanang ila kelo imenya na jibela dam ko drong tenintende. Inyanta jibela ko molu fanang bitakan to a lot lela. Puru yalon ko we have to have a proper plan to win, so that nimfana nata democracy ye gena fenke mo be NPP be doibe lado to mo be Cairo soto mo be fenke. But also we can also look at it Darboe kilo so hanna atrangal ka tebo boilale nyanta londilale. I think for me that is why I have issues with. If he can win, put it out. But if internally nal fonga yaje ko fanate win nola, I think you guys should have a look at that also, Yankuba. Imamira.
Yes. I mean, that is not, I don't think anybody.
That is not pushing out.
No, that is not pushing out. But the way, you know, we are a bit different from the Democratic Party of the United States.
Somebody said this is not a question, it's an observation. Yes, it's an observation.
It's not, we're a bit different from the Democratic Party in the US.
Okay.
Because the democratic terrain in the US is very different to ours. In our democracy here.
Yeah.
William Nyinduguniaje UDP still remains as a vibrant political party. It's because of the leadership it had.
Yeah.
Particular nata janne minu lota. You know, ndam form da janne with Wajuhara Barode.
Yeah.
Wa banda
Yes.
ndam Barode that is gone.
Yeah.
NCPs have gone. Big parties came and gone, but UDP from inception it's still existing. It's because of the commitment shown by the leader to keep the party going.
Yeah.
The Democratic Party obviously lived over hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Through they have 2-term limit for presidency.
Yes, that's true.
And then they know that they live in a democratic terrain. Me along go, anybody has a chance to win as long as you are on that ticket.
Yeah.
But look at how they do it. They don't undermine President Biden until when he went into first debate.
Yeah.
And he performed woefully.
Yeah.
And they said, you know what? We cannot afford to go with him on another debate.
Yeah.
Therefore, we have to change. And I think on reflection, Biden himself realized that actually, my performance was a big disappointment. I cannot continue, and my age has caught up on me. I thought I could do a bit more. I cannot. And that you can really understand. But before the debate, everybody was going rooting for him.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? If you get to that point, I think everybody will tell Lawyer Darboe, you have to go.
Okay.
And you are not doing it for yourself, but you're doing it for your party and then for your legacy and then that of the country.
Yeah.
But the question is whether we reach that stage now.
Have we reached that
stage? Or we have not
we
reached
have
that
not
stage.
reached that stage.
That is the big 100% question now. You see. And then I think Lawyer Darboe said this after the 2021.
Yeah.
His legacy is not about whether he becomes president or not.
Yes.
It's about the United Democratic Party.
And
I'm so the heavy load that he carries on UDP, if he can hand it to someone who is going to give us the victory and everything, I think he'll be the first person to do that. But he knows what UDP's story has been, how tough and challenging it is.
Yeah.
Is the next generation ready to go through that tough and challenge? That is the big question.
That is the big question.
You know,
the diverse, the different UDP like character
Seattle. So putting that party together, keeping it together.
Yeah.
That's why some people say, if we go into leadership, and then number two, why would you want to unveil your leader now to Barrow and his people now? You know what I mean? They will eliminate them before you even get there.
Yeah.
So you don't disclose these things, all your cards. You don't open your card when you're, like I said, Barrow is not a Democrat. He's a dictator. He's a bully, and he's always gonna be that. And then we have to understand that about him. And then going into 2026 election, we have to be ready that this man will deploy any smear campaign, bad strategies, everything. Yeah. You know, some people will tell you, let's choose Talib. He can unite everybody. You see what I mean?
He's going to have a lot of challenges too.
It's not only that.
Yeah, he's going to.
You know, the MPP politics is tribal politics. They will go after his tribe, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, and they are already doing that.
And if it works against a tribe that is 34%, can you imagine that working against a tribe that is not even 1%? Big challenge we also have on that front. So for me, we ourselves need to take that tribal issue out of the equation. And think about a new formula that works for everybody. You see what I mean? If we do that, we can easily win the next election. But how do you gauge everybody's opinion? Go around and put the names of the candidates to all the people, and then see who they will choose for the UDP to select. And then if that happens,
maybe you guys should do open primaries.
Maybe we can do that.
Maybe you should do open primaries, right? That would be interesting.
Maybe we can do that. But the thing
instead of central committee selecting.
But the thing is, you know, in the primaries, the nomination selection we had for the local government, the reason why it worked, because they sent someone who gave opinions in the region, and then they gave points to candidates based on the researcher. Okay. So the researcher went around and he came in CRR South. They said Malik Sow, scored the highest.
Oh.
Sierra North, Alaji Silla. West Coast, Yankuba Darboe.
Oh.
Then I didn't even come in as a candidate.
Okay.
Then I didn't even win yet.
Yeah.
But the names of people vying for it went around, and then they said, this person, do that not only for UDP base, but also check with the MPP supporters.
Yeah.
Who is the most likely UDP candidate you will vote for?
Yeah.
Because if UDP really needs to win that election,
we
need to get if we get all the data,
yeah,
and then we know that this is what the people want, like the CRC constitution.
Yeah.
This is what the people said they want. If we give them that person, we will win.
Yeah.
And if we win, we have a long time to be in power because we can do a lot of development for our people and everything. I think if we do that, we will suddenly come up with a candidate that which the people want. But that's one choice to do it.
The fact that you guys are also having this conversation is healthy. It's good that, you know, people are thinking along this line. And
they all think that we are just the Baifal Taliban crew. They don't think that UDP we are democratic at all.
No, but Baifal will say that.
But the thing is, we are Democrats. The people who say Yanks Darboe alone is our only candidate or viable choice.
Yeah.
They have their reason. Nobody bothers asking them that. People condemn them for subscribing to such opinion or dogma.
Yeah.
People who said Taliban Suda is the winning candidate, they will be a very good candidate. People condemn them for that.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't support that notion or anything of that sort.
Yeah.
But I think all our options need to be on the table. We need to go into the next election to win. For the sake of Gambia and for the sake of the party too.
Yeah.
But it has to be done in a more civilized manner.
Yeah.
It cannot be people trying to undermine and smear campaign or trying to
It has gotten to a point where instead of you guys being an opposition, it's like you're infighting among yourself. Instead of being an opposition holding government accountable, it's Aldamala. It went to that point.
The good thing is the people, you see, it is the supporters, the surrogates.
Yes.
The surrogates are the ones who are fighting,
yeah,
not the leaders themselves.
No, yes, it's the surrogates.
Talib is not fighting with Yankuba. Yankuba is not fighting with Talib. Talib is not fighting with Yanks Darboe.
No.
None of that is happening.
It's the surrogates. Yeah.
It's the surrogates. And surrogates are fighting, basically they are advocating for their own candidate.
What they want, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just how we do it. For me, the whole leadership issue now is a bit premature.
Yeah.
You know, at the moment, Yanks Darboe is our leader, and then we just follow that.
And he's in the US right now.
And he's fighting for the party on a daily basis. Yeah. So, I mean, whoever becomes the leader, if Yanks Darboe becomes the candidate, what we need to understand is we're still going to need Talib to campaign for us in KMC, to campaign for us in the country.
Yeah.
If Talib becomes the candidate, he will need Yanks Darboe to campaign for him.
He will need Yankuba.
He will need Yankuba to campaign.
Everybody.
If Yankuba becomes the candidate, he will need Talib. We cannot do it without
You cannot fight. You cannot fight.
So we cannot afford to fight among ourselves.